John Stevenson, and we'll be looking at the goodness of creation in Genesis chapter 1 and verse 31 in our continuing study of the book of Genesis. Genesis chapter 1 verse 31 says, God saw all that he had made, and behold, it was very good, and we're going to focus on that phrase, and there was evening and there was morning the sixth day. Now, when it says that it was very good, we've already noted throughout Genesis chapter 1 that God would make something and he would say, and it was good. And that's seen on almost every day up to this point. So that there has been a rising crescendo. He saw that it was good, he saw that it was good, he saw that it was good, and now he looks at it all and he says, it was very good. So we see that crescendo, but this would change at the fall. When mankind falls into sin, that's not a good thing. And so we can say about creation, even though it was very good the way it was created, that it's going to be less than that once the fall takes place. We also ought to note that creation was made to be very good. It was with this in mind that God had created. And that culmination was part of a process. It didn't begin that way. Certainly when he made light and when he made the dry land and when he made this and that and the other, things were good. But it was building up so that it would be very good. And that involved a process. It didn't all take place at once. Now, our new creation is also given by way of a process, so that we have the new birth where we have been made new creatures when we come to Christ, and also there is growth that takes place as we grow in Christ. There's a process that is underway. Colossians chapter 3, verses 9 through 11, where Paul says, do not lie to one another, since you laid aside the old self with its evil practices and have put on the new self. Notice that's that new birth. You've put on the new self. But then he goes on to say, who is being renewed to a true knowledge according to the image of the one who created him. So, yes, there's that new birth that's taken place, that new image that's taken place, but there's a continuing renewal. A renewal in which there's no distinction between Greek and Jew, circumcised and uncircumcised, barbarian, Scythian, slave and freeman, but Christ is all and in all. So we have that new birth. We also have that process of growth, and that continues until our final culmination. So that same process that we see in Genesis chapter 1 regarding creation, we see it also in our new creation.